Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon and today we have a party game called Mimic Octopus. This is from CastleCon in June 2023. This is the Cringe edition. There's 3 editions. I think this is the best, hence why I'm going to review it. And you can combine it with the other ones. So this is by Brain Games. Other games by Brain Games you can already find on the channel, such as Karakum. And in this particular game, it has a deck of cards. Do not shuffle this deck of cards. You are going to have a choice how you want to make it of basically any set of cards you want to use. I'm just going to use a few and playing it as an example. You can play it with more players. You are going to use different amount of stacks. Aim of the game is to get the most points. You will have people on your team and people who may not be on your team. As I mentioned, they are pre-sorted, so don't shuffle them. So you're going to draw 3 cards and do it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, like this. 3. Again, make sure there's only 3 cards. And you're going to keep on going until you have 12 sets out, and then everybody can basically pick, I don't know, that set and whichever one else. As an example, as a 4, you're only going to be using 3 stacks. That means you're looking at a total of 9 cards. So 4 players, minimum, remember, and what we're going to do is take all these cards and shuffle them up. Then you're going to deal out 1 card to everybody. So again, that's 5 cards not in play. Aim of the game is, fun enough, like Mimic Octopus, is to find people on your team or maybe be a mimic. So now we're going to shuffle up and say we've got these cards in play. Now, based on how that maths works, you might have 3 people on one team and 1 person on their own. It really can vary. So now let's reveal our cards. So we happen to be, secretly, you apply the new breathing technique from your awareness training. So I'm just going to be huffing a lot. I'll talk to you about what that means in a second. This person says you're a scammer and you'd even sell your kidney to get some money from the people in this round. So probably you're going to be trying to make bets or something, I don't know. Again, same person over here, so they're on the same team. And this person's different. So if all 3 different combinations came out here, you brag about your vocabulary and show off by explaining the meaning of the most common words. Now, if you were watching this as a short, of course, you're watching the full 4K video now. And if any questions, of course, do let me know in the comments, best on YouTube, because this is shared. Of course, do like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check out the comments and descriptions where, of course, you can support the channel via Patreon, occasional competitions by Linktree, loads of photos of this game over on Instagram, over 3,000 posts. And lastly, head through to follow along, not just on Instagram with over 3,900 followers, but over on discussion on Facebook. And this is mentioned on the podcast. So search for that via your various channels. If you can't find it, please let me know. So we now are going to start talking for a few minutes and again using the kind of thing that we're representing. Now, in this instance, we have 2 people on their own. Now, these 2 people obviously might realise that they're on the same team. And what we're going to do is when we're ready to, we're going to start saying, okay, let's now get ready to do some hand signals. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, these 2 people should point at each other. If they are, they'll get a point for pointing at each other. That's how that's going to work. If you happen to point at someone who's not on your team, well, you're not going to get any points and they're not getting any points. However, if you happen to be a mimic, you have 2 choices. You can be safe and do this, in which case you'll get 1 point. Or you might think that you've been mimicking somebody else and you hope that they point at you, in which case you do this. And for everybody who actually points at you, you'll get 1 point. So you get a total of 2 points potentially. 1 point, or you might try and get more. Again, if no one points at you, you're gonna get 0 points. And that's the game. So you could have, again, I said up to 3 people on your team. So you're gonna do this, obviously for 2 partners. You need everyone to be matching to get yourself a point. That's how that's gonna work. So you get 1 point for everybody who recognizes you. Again, if everybody recognises you, you're just going to get 1 point. So either on a team of 3, a team of 2, at most you're going to get is 1 point. The only way to get 2 points is to go risky, do this, and hope at least 2 people point at you. Again, this person probably wouldn't have any reason to. That's the game. Now remember, you do need to sort the deck afterwards, which isn't that difficult. I don't look through these cards, so I know that, obviously, we know these ones have come up, but I don't know when and well they're kind of come up next, so that's fine. I quickly read to the top of the card to make sure I know what I'm looking at, and that's it. Nice card quality. For me, this has been game of the year so far, 8.7 out of 10. Hilarious fun. I think my parents were laughing a lot at it, playing it. Again, I think it'd be best if it was sleeved because these have got a bit of smear marks on them, and unfortunately to fit in the size box that isn't really possible. Again, I've really enjoyed playing this. It's going to be a AmassGames playlist, have a setup, play and review playlist, a family rate playlist amongst others. And again, I really do recommend it. Again, I do prefer it over the other ones. I just found the stuff more interesting. Other people I've played it with agree with me as well. So there we go. That's been another video tomorrow. For now, back to the table.